Um, I just want to make things very perfectly clear. I take no pleasure in making this video. I have taken every single precaution not to make this video. So what I say is on you, Cedric. I have done everything in my power not to make a reply to you. I still regarded you as a friend, but after your behaviour in the last few weeks in this past month has been nothing but deplorable. So this video's on you, mate. Number one, I want to address a few lies that Cedric has stated. But before I do think Cedric, if the old Cedric is in there somewhere, please get some help. And I'm not talking to a psychiatrist about ancient Egypt and the pharaohs and whatever that last video was. Please get actual help, mate, because you're not well at all. You're really not well. I've literally seen your past videos, and it's sad to see you like this, mate. You know, and I take no pleasure in making this video. This is a friend that I knew for 7-8 years. And he's just not the friend that I hung around with. I don't know who this person is, because it most certainly isn't the old Cedric that I talked to before. Number one, I want to address the main thing that has been coming out of his mouth, is that I mentioned about his work. False. Completely false. I'm going to explain why WJ has been cut off by me. So we're going to start from the very beginning. There was a group page that I had by myself on Facebook. It had like 300, 400 members. This is where Cedric started turning a bit. Now, it wasn't at the extent of what you guys have seen now. What he essentially did was, he says, I'm back, Ger, can you add me as admin to your group? Let's get this party started, I was like, alright, cool, mate, no problem. He goes on my page, removes everybody, removes me, talks about levels and kings and whatever, and, you know, he just kicked me out, okay? So, obviously, rightfully so, I'm pissed because he kicked me out of my own group. So then, and I'm going to mention this, I'm not going to mention the other person, but there was a lady who essentially was a mediator between me and WJ around about this time. Me and WJ and this lady had a three-way conversation, and I explained to WJ, I do not want to be involved in any groups, I don't want to be involved in any of this, I just want to be your friend. WJ, with all due respect to him, only cares about himself. He's only cared about himself recently. He doesn't care about the emotions and the destructive behaviour that he did in that 7-hour hangout. He doesn't care about me, who was regarded as his best friend, with the most vile, venomous statements that he's currently made. He has no regard for anybody, and with all due respect, he cannot take blame. He will not take blame for himself with his own actions. He cannot take blame for himself, because everything that WJ has led up to this, or Cedric, or whatever he wants to call himself, Mufasa, I don't care if he calls himself the guy from The Lion King, I really don't care, but whatever name he calls himself now, he can't take responsibility for the actions that he's done in the last few weeks. That's what it all boils down to. So we had this three-way conversation. He obviously, he was saying that I abandoned him when I clearly said that I no longer wanted to really be on YouTube. I have no, unlike WJ, I don't need to be in the spotlight constantly. I don't need to constantly make and pump out wrestling videos. I don't need to do that. I will upload once in a while, that's it, do my thing, that's it. WJ took this as egotistical, and he essentially believed that by me having a life, and I just want to say, because I go outside and because I go out and I hang around with people, that doesn't make me better than other people. But the Cedric, he didn't like this because I wasn't in lockdown where I was talking to him all the time. Now, any normal person, just like you watching this right now, would clearly see that any normal person say, okay, Gerry's clearly doing something, we'll talk once a week, that's it, cool. not Cedric. Cedric, message, let's talk about this, let's talk about that. Like, it's just constantly about that. But I want to address the main accusation for the reason why I'm making this video. And that's when he said that I was the one that brought up about his work. WJ, you're the reason why everyone's talking about this. You're so deranged that you don't even realize that you mentioned this in the 7-hour hangout. You mentioned this. I never mass DM people before this and said, hey, WJ, work. What do you think I am, man? I was your friend for 7 years. You think I'm the type of goddamn psychopath that I'm going to allow people and mass message them and say, oh, yeah, by the way, he's out of work now? Like, do you think No, you mentioned this in the 7-hour hangout at the very, very start. Now, I'm going to explain why he's angry, and I'm going to show you footage of a DM that I sent to him during the initial, whenever he started properly going insane. I'm going to show you an actual message, okay? Please roll the footage. Let's go.
Hi mate, I'm just letting you know mate, I'm just going to take a break from some of the other groups there mate, so I'm just going to leave your group just for now. I just want to take a wee break from like groups and stuff, if that's alright, because I need to get a few things sorted out this month. I need to save up money and stuff like that, and I don't really want to go on too many groups on Facebook. Alright, so if you see me leaving that other group, it's nothing, anything personal or anything like that. I just kind of want to back away from a lot of, these kind of Facebook groups, mate, okay?
So as you can see, all of this is because I won't join a group. This is really what this has all started. Now, beforehand, I was in a phone conversation with them, okay? And I didn't want to talk about this, but he's left me with no choice. Me and him were talking, he's talking random about the 6th dimension, just going insane, going completely doolally, screaming about the 6th dimension. His girlfriend's in the background. It is what it is. He's talking about his work and stuff like that. And he asked me for advice. And I said, what my advice is, mate, is to stay low. Don't interact with anyone. Go offline, which he hasn't done. And that's worked fucking beautifully for him. Walk away from all of this. Take a break. Focus on your real life. And that's the problem with Cedric. I love the fact that he talks about the YWC and that they're not real people and they live in a fantasy, when in reality, he's in more fantasy land than he's ever been. I can walk away from this YouTube thing whenever. I have no stake in this game, WJ. You're addicted to this. You're addicted to YouTube. And I understand. You're not like what you were before. Whatever, okay? It happens. It happens to careers all the time. I don't even call it a career. It's barely a career. It's ridiculous. So, we've had this conversation. As I said previously, I pretty much said, look, I don't want to be involved in groups. The reason why I don't want to be involved in groups is because I, as a friend, don't want to sit in the sidelines while WJ is self-destructing and decomposing in front of our very eyes. I don't want to take responsibility for that and look at that and reward that type of behavior. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. So, I hope that's addressed everything. Pretty much, like, apparently he said that people are, apparently I was messaging people in the YWC. I have messaged a few people, after the videos that you made on your YouTube channel. Like, I did talk to a few people after the 7-hour extravaganza, or as I like to call it, the 7-hour self-fucking-destruction video that you made. But I never, ever, before this, wanted to cause you harm, WJ. Never. You really think that I'm the type of person, after 7-8 years of friendship, that I'm going to allow you to just decompose? No. And it's sad, because I know the old WJ would see this and go, what the fuck am I doing, Ger? What have I become? I don't know who this guy is. This is just something new, and for my mental health, I'm backing away from him. I have to. He's burned a ton of bridges with people, whatever. I'm not obsessed with this online culture that what WJ's obsessed with. He wants to call out the government. He wants to talk about, I don't know, something about the Green Party or something. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. It is infuriating. It's infuriating because, like, I know deep down there's a good person there. But what you're doing recently is deplorable. It's very much deplorable and it's sickening. Please don't blame me for whatever happened in your personal life. Whatever you did in your personal life, I don't know. And if people try and tell me what happened, I don't want to know. All I know is that my former friend has lost his mind and he needs medical help. Even in that 7-hour hangout, I wanted to talk to him there and then. So, another thing also I failed to mention, after the 7-hour extravaganza of self-destruction, WJ tried to apologise to me. Now, when we refer to apology, you would clearly think he would publicly apologise for the heinous things that he said in that 7-hour hangout. He says, tell Gerry he was right, let him talk to me. My response was, I need some time away from you, Cedric. Just a little while to gather my thoughts so then we can start off fresh. That's not asking much. But as you all know, Cedric, you can't tell the man no. He won't take no for an answer. If you tell him no, he'll just go full, like, it's not one or the other. It's either he can be really nice recently, or he's a complete psychopath. And I'm sorry, but he's very, very dangerous to be around. This is a man that's incredibly dangerous to be around right now because he's not the person that I talked to all those weeks ago. Like all those years ago, should I say. It's unusual seeing like the audio footage of him trying to like, look what Gerry's saying, and people are like literally writing in the comment section, he's just literally looking after your well-being. And I was, but I'm not anymore. I have to walk away from this. And he can make whatever videos he wants, he can make whatever accusations he wants. Cedric, you do your thing. Back the fuck away. Stay the hell away from me. I don't want anything to do with you anymore, with all due respect. I don't want anything to do with you. You know what I mean? I was your friend. I gave you a month's chance. A month's chance, and you still won't shut the fuck up and get help. So maybe this video might speak to you, maybe it's going to enrage, it's just going to be the same crap. What are you going to do, Cedric? Are you going to sit there and feel sorry for yourself and cry? Or are you going to do something with your life? Rather than blaming people that aren't supposed to be blamed. You know what I mean, mate? Like, what is this? And I don't walk out a winner in this. Like, everyone's like, I can't wait till Gerry buries WJ. I don't want to do that. I don't walk out a winner in any of this. I make this video right now. I've already lost a friend for 8 years. I don't think me and him will ever have a friendship again. But I've lost a friend for 8 years. I've literally lost a good friend. And it goes to show you the mental health that goes on in today's society where people aren't willing to just, like, it's just ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And I'm very saddened by the way he's been getting on. He wants to blame me, he wants to blame Riley, he wants to blame all these people. He then accused an Irish mafia attacking him and stuff. Look, I know that you're using me as a scapegoat for your own shitty behaviour. Don't fucking blame me for 1 second, because believe me, I kept you on the fucking straight and narrow for the last few fucking years. Don't forget that. Whenever you were emotional about stuff, who was the one that helped you? Me. Don't see anyone else. And this thing that you turned around and said was, whenever I needed people to need me the most, they weren't there. Bullshit. Who was there whenever you went through atrocities over the last few years? Me. I was the one. No one else but me. I was the one that helped you. I was the one that messaged you. I was the one that talked to you for 3 or 4 hours at a time. and you stabbed me in the back? It's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. All I'm asking for, Cedric, is just please, for the love of God, get help. Stop making those videos. They're not helping your case. Okay? They're not helping your case at all. You look, whatever legal things is going on with you or whatever, I hope you get that sorted, mate. I really do. I really, really do. But blaming people online for what's happened in your personal life isn't helping. And attacking me relentlessly. Like, have you not attacked me enough, mate? Have you not attacked one of your best friends enough that had your back? You already bashed me for 7 hours, and you every single video that you've made on that ridiculous YouTube channel, you mention me every 2 seconds. You then mention me again and mention me again and mention me again and mention me again because you wanted response. Because in your mind you think, oh, I didn't beat Gerry. You know, I haven't beaten Gerry. That's what I think that your mind is going at. This isn't about beating anybody. We're grown-ass men, mate. We don't need to fucking act like this. So please, I'm begging you, get help. Christ. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. He's probably obviously going to do he's going to do a response to me. I might do another response to this to do a case closed and move on. But I wanted to make things very perfectly clear because some things this weirdo has been saying recently that I just have to address. And I hate to be like this, and the thing is, I'm just angry. And I don't want to be angry. I wanted to help him, but he's not willing to help himself. Alright? General Gerry on the General Gerry channel signing out. Sad state of affairs, boys. Sad state of affairs.